If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button and of course subscribe for more content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. In today's episode, we are going to have quite a lot of gameplay. We've got our first 4 games of Weekend League. I've unlocked Akinfenwa. I don't mind showing you the gameplay from things like unlocking Akinfenwa and trying to unlock Mole, for example. It's just that, I mean, it's a road to glory, sure. But it's also, or primarily rather, it started as a Diogo Jota road to glory. And the whole point of it for me is to try and get as many games and goals with him as possible, while also trying to build up a team that is very competitive, which at the moment it is. Fun to use primarily, that's my main focus, I guess. And just to, enjoy the journey of packing things and completing player SBCs. Yes, completing objectives, but at the same time using those objective cards. So, I mean, I'm trying to show you a bit of everything, even though this is a Road to Glory. It's a first owner Road to Glory. There have been a few FIFA points spent on it. We know that at the very beginning. There aren't any players in the squad currently through FIFA points, but still. So it's not a traditional, we're going to complete everything and this is the footage of everything. Again, squad battles. I play not a lot of squad battles, but I have been playing it this week a little bit just to make sure that I get Gold 1. I wanted to get Elite 3, but I just don't have it in me to play that much, So I'm going to probably leave that alone. But I might show you a little bit more. If you want to see more rather than just foot champs and a little bit of other content here or there, like Rivals, for example. I have got a fair bit of Rivals recorded from Thursday, so I could show you that, but at the moment we're in the midst of Weekend League, and that's the problem with this new system that EA have done with Rivals. By the time I've recorded the Rivals gameplay, we're into champs. So it's like, what's the point showing you the Rivals gameplay when we have 20 or so games of champs to get through, We won the first game, probably against the run of play. The second game completely turned on its head as soon as he got his red card to probably his best player, which was informed Kyle Walker. We scored to make it 1-0 from the free kick, and then literally from almost Watford style, from me nearly scoring at one end, he runs up the other with Aubameyang with 10 men and scores. I knew at that point that the game was going to be a little bit tricky, although at the same time I knew it would be fun because he didn't change his tactics at all. He had 3 at the back anyway, and he had someone sent off, so he was literally 2 at the back. And when you've got Mbappe, Ronaldo, Di Maria and Diogo Jota running at you, you cannot have 2 at the back. You can't have 3 at the back. You need 4 defenders. We scored, it was offside. We were relentless. We're everywhere. I'm set up exactly the same. We went a little bit more of a team press in areas, and we got the 3rd goal in 20 minutes, and that was enough for Buenos Aires to decide, I'm done. I'm not going to win that game. I mean, to be fair, if he changed his formation, he might have had a chance, because playing against 10 men this year is actually quite difficult. But another 3 at the back. I'm looking at these teams, I'm thinking, right, is it possible for them to switch into a 4 at the back? And in this instance, he could maybe have played Paulinho as a centre-back, although not ideal. He did stick to a 3 at the back. We won an early penalty, and Fabinho steps up. Should be giving that to Diogo Jota, really, but in Weekend League, I want to make sure that I'm just picking up the wins. Fabinho's the best penalty taker on the team, so it just makes sense to give it to him. These games were tricky for me. Well, a couple of them were. Like, I think I've won 2 games this weekend so far that I shouldn't have won. Or not shouldn't have won, but lucky to win, shall we say. Lucky to win, definitely. Keep up the great content, says Otto. Mohammed says, TVM road to 100k. I've been on the road to 100k for a long time now, to the point where I don't think it's ever going to happen. That's not reverse psychology. It's not me being negative. It's just something that I've always wanted on YouTube, and I don't know if it will ever happen, because we get to a certain point and then the content dips because obviously the game cycle kind of just winds down a little bit. We end up losing a load of subs because I have to try and just force out content in the off season, and then eventually it starts picking back up again. But I'm in that never-ending circle right now. But yeah, we're around 20k away or something. So if you know 20,000 people, if you could tell them to subscribe, that'd be sexy as hell. 3-2 in this game. He had someone sent off with 3 at the back as well. We know how dangerous that can be. We take advantage of it. Don't worry. We play the ball to Orsic, who's on as a sub. Cheeky little ball roll. And then he moved his goalkeeper far too to the right. For some reason, he thought he was going to go near post. No one goes near post this year. Everyone goes across the keeper. If he'd gone across the keeper, he might have been able to stop me. Ronaldo, 118th minute, off the post. At that point, I thought I'd lost it, because if you miss a sitter like that, it's kind of like, oh, that's the one I'm going to regret. Fortunately, he didn't know how to take penalties at all. If I didn't dive the right way, he'd hit the post anyway. I baited him with the eyes, and we scored with Fabinho to win the game. That was one of those games where I genuinely don't think I should have won. My team carried me through, and that red card just changed the whole thing. Shots says... Hey TVM, I know the purpose of discarding all the players allows you to open the packs consecutively. Selling all tradable duplicates, even if they are discard, can get you more coins. Yeah, no, I understand that. The problem on PC is it takes a little bit longer, and by a little bit I mean it takes a lot longer, to sell the players even at discard, because they're just, I don't know, there aren't enough people buying them, I guess. You know, there's enough people opening them, but there's not enough people who want to buy the discard players. I know eventually rare golds will sell for like 900 to 1,000 coins easy, but the problem is right now, it would take ages. I mean, they probably will sell eventually, but it can take like 3 or 4 listings for me to sell them, and my transfer list is consistently full. I've got about 50 players on there just for the sake of investments, you know, 84s, 83s, 85s, informs. So I know I'm not as efficient as I should be, but like I said, I'm just trying to get through the packs, really. Thank you, Flunky, for saying I love the content. Keep up the grind. The grind is definitely going to be kept up. I'm enjoying this FIFA a lot. Even when I'm not playing it, I'm thinking of playing it. You know, I actually prefer playing co-op than I do playing solo in most cases. I think it's not because I feel like I'm better in co-op, actually. I feel like I'm probably the same in co-op as I'm outside of co-op. That's one of my best goals I've scored in FIFA 21. It was such a good goal. The guy was deflated at that point, so take it with a pinch of salt. But still, from 4, we are 4-0. We're looking good. Although, I know it's all downhill from here, and that's what I'm talking about. In co-op, I don't have that level of anxiety or stress. I'm not worried about it, because if we lose, I know I'm not going to blame my opponent, my teammate, but at the same time, it's a team game. You know, I'm not taking the blame myself. I'm not going to be angry at myself. I'm going to be angry at our performance rather than my performance. So next year, if Weekend League is co-op, expect me to play all 30 games every single weekend. Expect me to play all the Rivals games under the sun. And if they put draft in there as well, expect loads of packs through draft. Honestly, if they bring co-op into everything, I'm gonna be more than happy to play it. I just hope the gameplay is good enough and that I actually enjoy it. But that's next year, of course. We're 3 weeks into this game cycle, so let's just calm down a little bit, shall we? So, SBC-wise, they've dropped more things again. So, Karim Bellarabi is there as a player pick. Now, again, doesn't fit the team at all. If this was Di Maria, instead of him being in packs, I'd be all over it. Unfortunately, it's not. So, is this worth doing for me? Absolutely not. I mean, for the sake of doing it, I suppose, you know, I've got a Fabinho. I've just discarded Fabinho. I've got 2 recoveries, so I can recover. Who was the 85 that I had to discard? I think I did Hakim Ziyech. I've discarded him. I can recover him. I've got 1 left. And I've now discarded Fabinho. I've got 1 left. I know they refresh every month, but you only get 5 a month. And I've already used 3, so I've got 2. So if I pack anything decent now in the packs that are about to open untradeable, and it's a duplicate, it's going to have to go into an SBC. I can't discard it because I won't be able to recover it, right? So you can only recover for the last week as well. And someone emailed me, and I appreciate you trying to help, but I already knew. But like I said, I appreciate the help. So when it comes to Bellarabi, I think it's a very fair price, but it's not for me. I don't know whether he's... I don't think he's 5-star skills. Don't know. I can't... Ruiz says, is this a promo for just promo's sake? Because I'm trying to understand what rules these cards are breaking. Please explain TVM to the point of this promo besides boosting stats. I mean, it's to replace Halloween, essentially. I don't know why they didn't want to do Halloween. I can't imagine there's any copyright issue with Halloween. But yeah, I don't know why they've not done Halloween, but this is to replace it, right? So the whole rule breaker is the rules are, I don't know. I don't understand it either. I think they could have called it something different, like shapeshifters or something. Well, they've already got a shapeshifters promo, but you know what I mean. They could have called it something like that, right? Morphing or morphs or something, whatever. Would have made more sense. I kind of half get what they mean, but at the same time, I don't. I do like the promo though. I just don't get what they've done with the names of it. We didn't talk about swaps. This is something that I think is very underwhelming. I get that it's almost something for nothing because most of us can just leave the stream on in the background for an hour, get the token, job done. I've done that myself. My PC did a restart halfway through it though, so I'm hoping I've watched an hour of it before it did that, but we'll see. Obviously, we'll keep it until we get a 100k pack. Won't get it till January or something stupid. I feel like it would have been better if they'd said you get one token every 60 minutes. So if an event is 5 hours, you can get a 100k pack every time there's an event if you're willing to sit through 5 hours of the stream. That would have made far more sense. It would have been much better. And it still wouldn't have been too overpowered because you still have to watch a whole 5 hours to get the 100k pack. I would rather play Weekend League than watch 5 hours of an EA event. But, you know, that's just me. Pretty underwhelming. They could easily have just whacked this in upgrades. I don't know why it has its own tab. Maybe they change it in the future. Don't know. And yeah, Talisca's there. Of course, he links to Paulinho, links to the new Texera. I'm not interested in it. Bellarabi, we've been through that. Malong, we've already been through, I think. That, I'm kind of interested in this, but it's a little bit too expensive for my taste. I know I've got coins, but that's not the point. It's the principle. There's like 75, 6, and 7 rated teams in there just to get a kit and a couple of cosmetic stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, you'd be happy to pay it, and that's not a problem. However, I'm not into that enough. You know, I want it, but I don't really want it that bad. So, not the best of packs, unfortunately. We don't have like big 100k packs or anything. A few 2-player packs, 5k packs, 75 plus, and an Electrum players pack. Very exciting stuff. Let's get into our first non-rare. I'm not expecting big things here at all because they're quite bad packs, but you know, they're packs that need to be opened. And they are the start of the 2-player packs. I'm going to be doing a fair few 2-player packs this week, or rather in the next few days. I've undersold him dramatically. I could have, well, maybe not dramatically, but maybe could have got another 100 coins. But yeah, I'm going to be doing 2-player packs because there are quite a few things I want. You know, that Paul Pogba, yes, lacks passing, but I wouldn't mind it. And there's the Di Maria as well, which would be nice. Marco Reus would be sexy. I get him all the time. But that was our 75 plus. Let's do the 5k. I'm not sure where the 5k and the 7.5k came from. I think it might have been objective related. We're going to get pre-order packs tonight. We'll open those tomorrow. EA will probably drop some sort of SBC that will give us a Dortmund goal song. It's untradeable, unfortunately, so I can't sell it, but is what it is. We'll do the 7.5 and then do the 2-player packs. I wanted to do more 2-player packs, but we'll sort of spread them out over the next few days. Nothing in that 7.5. Gameplay at points today has felt genuinely terrible for me. Like so slow to the point where in champs that me and the person I'm playing are walking with the ball half of it because yeah, it feels like you're walking half of it. Now I get it. It's same every year. Gameplay will go through those periods of like the busy periods. So for example, in champs, especially in the middle of the day, and I'm about to experience that right now. It will just feel really slow, and it's down to the amount of people playing the game, and unfortunately, there's no way around it. It is what it is. There are so many people on the servers that it's just slowing them down. I'm kind of hoping, for some reason, I don't know how it would work, if it would work, but I'm kind of hoping that the next gen stuff has some degree of impact on it and makes it a little bit quicker. I don't know how that would work. They're adding more servers all the time, so I'm hoping with next gen and the servers being improved, hopefully it will actually make a difference, but we'll see. Board here, Colombia striker. It is going to be Muriel, who is actually about to get himself an... Oh no, Zapata, not Muriel. It's yeah, Muriel though is about to get himself an inform because he scored twice in the first half as I'm recording this for Atalanta. That is Zapata though. Oh, love it. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, does it? We've got our one and only board from these 2-player packs, so I'm not expecting anything now. We've had our luck. No walkout, no board, which is fine. I tell you what, though, it doesn't matter which one it is. I would have loved to have packed a rule breaker card this promo. And like I said, I will still go after it this week, but I just don't see it happening, to be honest. We get nothing from our final one, although maybe if that's a Libertadores card, there could be something lurking. It's a Florenzi, and I think that's untradeable as well. Well, that'll mean another 2-player pack at some point, but I'll leave him there for now. Before we end today, apparently we've sold something. Yeah, there we go. See, I told you I undersold him. 500 coins for a non-rare card is a little bit too cheap. That's my Akin Fenwa team. As you can see, I have unlocked him. I've not played any competitive games with him. I've done the review. It's on the channel already. I played with him in friendlies and obviously, as you can see, in silvers. I mean, spoiler alert for the review. Awful. Absolutely just not fun. It's not a fun card. So this is the main team, as you know. Mollet will go instead of Sanchez. Mollet I have on another account. Don't have on this account. It's not my account, but that's why it got unlocked so quickly. But yeah, Mollet will go there, I think, given a strong link to Mbappe. Not that he needs it, but then he'll be on exactly the same chem as Renato Sanchez was. Mollet is good enough to play in that position. He's just not as defense-minded as Renato Sanchez. We'll see how we get on. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to Sanchez being there. We are about 2 weeks away from our first Icon SBC, so hopefully they drop something we want. And who knows, they may drop something we want before then as well. Fingers crossed. So that is the current record on Diogo Jota. It's all rivals and champs so far. Not an awful lot of rivals, to be honest. Mostly champs. With the addition of co-op, I wouldn't say the problem with it necessarily, but with the addition of co-op this year, obviously we don't always use my account. Now my account and my team is actually better than my co-op partners that we use, so it's not like I'm smurfing my way to higher divisions or anything, because the team isn't quite as good. He doesn't have Mbappe, he doesn't have Ronaldo, doesn't have Neymar. Not that I'm trying to bash him, he's probably watching this thinking, you son of a... But, you know, I think we're good enough together to be in that division, and I'm good enough by myself to remain in that division. But Diogo Jota doesn't get as much game time as I kind of want him to. So with friendlies being as they are as well, and an awful lot of gameplay taking part in friendlies, it doesn't add up. It's going to be extremely difficult to get Diogo Jota to 1,000 games this year without just playing for the sake of playing. That's going to be the problem, I think. So every weekend league, he's going to have to play every single game. There will come a point where he's going to have to come on as a sub and he won't start in the team because he won't be good enough. Doesn't look like he's going to get an upgrade anytime soon. But, you know, for now, 65 games, not bad. He's got a very good goal to game ratio considering he's not really playing as a front man anymore. He was a striker for the first weekend league. He's now a right wing. And Ronaldo is the striker with Mbappe just in behind. So he's not getting nearly as many goals as he was. Assists-wise, he started to creep up because as a striker, he was scoring all the goals. Now, he's starting to get more and more assists, so they're creeping up very quickly as well. But as of right now, 3 weeks in, 65 games. I say 3 weeks in, a month in, because it will be a month tomorrow. 65 games done. It's not enough. We need to pick up the pace. At this rate, we are going to be on 600 games completed, there or thereabouts. So we are going to need to pick up the pace and play with him a little bit more. But, I don't know, we'll just see where we end up. And if we get sort of halfway through the year and we need to really play a lot of games, we'll just go into Rivals and just smash as many games as we can just to get them done. I may end up incorporating legendary squad battles into it as well at some point. Because, like I said, you play Rivals to a certain point and then there's no point anymore. There's only so many champs games you can play. Friendlies don't count. So yeah, we may end up having to include legendary squad battles. But let me know what you think about that. Should we do legendary squad battles on this or not? Should we include it? And maybe I'll show you, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half of the clips just to show you that I'm actually doing it on legendary and not just going on beginner and scoring a bunch of goals or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you think about that in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's episode of The Road to Glory, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.